Hello, everyone. This is your girl, Shanidra, with Beyond the Cover. Yes, I am so excited, you guys. Today's topic is don't judge a book by its cover. You don't know their story. So we need to go beyond the cover. Beyond the cover. Now, it may look like I didn't do anything to my hair on this cover. It's hers. It may look like I didn't do nothing to my hair. But in reality, I just washed, blow dried, and everything. Just now, right before I got into this video. Now, that's why you should never judge a book by its cover. You don't know their story. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know what got them to where they are right now. But you're judging them based off of what they look like. They seem like. I've been judged all my life because I look like I'm stuck up until you meet me. Then you realize, oh, she's down to earth. I could talk to her about anything. Everything. People talk to me about everything, especially advice and everything else. But when they look at me, I've heard all types. You look stuck up. How do you look stuck up? How? Now, I know I'll be giving some looks, but I'm not stuck up at all. But we're going to go beyond because, as you guys know, it's deeper than the title. Just like if you read the book, I always love reading the books that had a twist to it. You read the title of the book, the cover of the book, and you see the cover, but then when you read the story, it's like, wow, I did not know. I thought it was just going to be about this, but it turned out to be something totally different. Wow, I like those type of books. And that's like us. We have to go beyond the cover. That's why my show is tied in with my magazine. Yes. For some of the people that are featured in my magazine, they will be on my Beyond the Cover so that you can know these people beyond the cover. Beyond their cover, beyond what it seemingly to be. You are going to get to know these people beyond their business, beyond their job, beyond whatever title they may have. You have to go beyond the cover. We're supposed to be looking at everybody's fruits. You look at my fruits, you can clearly see that God is really paying a lot of things. He is my source. There's no other source here. Period. So you can think whatever you want. It's God. I know. I'm living here. And I know that all I'm doing is being obedient. And I'm showing you guys, as I'm being obedient, that, being obedient is doing what God tells you to do, when he tells you to do it, the way he tells you to do it. And being a child of God, we're not here to judge people. Now, people have said, oh, well, it says that you can judge righteously. Do you know what judging righteously means? It means what is right in the Lord. Not just judging people based off of their cover. What seemingly, because it could be most rich people don't dress with the most name brand stuff. Period. Because they understand the assignment. That's how they keep money. That's how they are rich. That's how they stay rich. But if you look at them and you base it off of their cover, you will assume that they don't have any money. If you base it off their cover, because sometimes they don't even drive the fanciest cars. So if you base it off of the cover of what you see with your sight, with your eyes, you're going to miss the whole picture. You don't know their story. You don't know their story. You don't know me. You do not know me, sweetheart. You do not know. And I hear people all the time that's like, they don't know me. And everybody always thinking this and think. Let them think. You keep walking while they talking. Keep walking while they talking. They don't know you. Like you said, they don't know you. They don't know you. I have this little dot. This has been since I've been born, I guess. And I never understood. I'm like, what the heck, Mama, where did this come from? I don't even know. I can't even tell people, but people are like, what happened right there? I don't know. It's just been a little indentation since for forever. It's nothing that can cover it up or nothing. So it's like, oh God, you marked me a long time ago. And I have a birthmark. So it's not that. It's just some little indentation. See, I don't have no makeup on, so you can see it. Well, I have eyeliner, we know that, and some lipstick. But you can see it's an indentation. And I've never I can never tell anybody where it came from or nothing. It's been there since I know. So we have to go beyond the cover. Beyond. We keep judging people and based off of what so-and-so said, but know that so-and-so that told you about so-and-so is talking about you, sweetheart. You need to go beyond the cover. Quit just looking at people and saying you don't like them. I've had that all my life. I don't like you. Why? What did I do to you? Nothing. I just don't like you. How? What? What kind of stuff is that? And you can't focus on stuff like that. Because if you focus on and you're trying to get liked and likes by other people besides God, you're just running in a circle, going nowhere. Because you're trying to please others. And you either please God or you pleasing the world. And I'm pleasing God. I have no time for anybody. I don't have no time to be worried about what you doing, how you living, what you living. If God told me something and it was about you or whatever, I had no clue about you or nothing. Clearly, God is just giving you a message. I have no clue. He just showed me stuff and had me to say it, and that's it. That's between you and God. All I'm here for is to just help you see the light at the end of the tunnel, like I told y'all yesterday when I was telling y'all, do you really understand the assignment? If you really understood the assignment, like you say you do, because God said he's tired of you saying that you are a child of God, but you're not being a child of God. You're not treating his people the way they need to be treated. You can't even see the fact that someone is telling you that they are wrong. You know how hard it is for us to say that we're wrong? So if someone is telling you, hey, I am messing up out here. Basically, they coming to you for help. But no. All you hear, because you basing it and you judging it already. You done prejudged them already. Based off of their cover. Look how she dressing. And look, she's asking you to help her. Or look how he dressing. He's looking like he's asking you to help him. But you can't hear that. That's why he said be slow to speak and quick to listen. You can't hear none of their story. You don't want to hear it because you're too busy judging based off of their cover, based off what you heard or what you think it's about. And you have no idea. But then you want to keep claiming God and speaking and putting God on that nonsense. That's not of God. Then you wonder why people are thinking that, oh, well, I don't want to go back to church and I don't want to go back to this and that. And, see something wrong with them. Yeah, they want to stay out there. And they don't. They just, they already judged in the world. Then they don't want to go to church and be judged too. Now, we're supposed to help and uplift one another. And I'm not saying common sense I'm not saying that, oh, we're uplifting them to do wrong. No, we're supposed to uplift them and encourage them to do the right thing. Quit acting like you just holier than thou and like you've never been through nothing. Let them know I understand. And, I haven't been through half the stuff that people have done or whatever, but that's why I encourage others. I'm like, girl, you can really help some people. God can really use you. You can connect with more people than me because you've been through way more than I have. So you can connect to many women. All you got to do is start being obedient. Once they start seeing you be obedient, they see where you came from and you came from where they came from. Look at the effect that you can have that is positive rather than being negative. If only you just be obedient. Let them see how your life is now, and then let them see the difference when you become obedient to God. We have to walk it like we talk it. You don't see me out here doing all this extra stuff. Period. You're not. People are like, dang, you don't even know how to order a drink and you're 33. No, I don't drink. All I drink is Stella Rosa Black, and that's wine. Wine. And I barely drink that. I get a wine bottle every year for my birthday. And it takes the whole year for me to drink the wine. And I still have some wine. It's about to be my birthday. I'm about to be 34. I just don't drink. But there's nothing wrong with that either. What kind of world is this? You don't drink and you're 30? No, I don't. I've never smoked either. What? What? This does not make any sense. Stop judging people. And you judging based off of nonsense, childish stuff. Like, grow up. Like, I can't do this. I cannot do this. This is one of the reasons why I had my Moses and was it Jeremiah? My Moses and Jeremiah moment. Because one, I was like, well, I'm not one to, talk all like this and, not be me, because this is how God made me. I'm expressive. I move my hands, this is the way I talk. So I'm like, God, you sure you want me to talk to them? Because, I move my hands and, people get offended when I move my hands, but this is just how I just can't even talk without moving my hands. So, but God was like, do what I said. And, I did. But what I'm telling you, don't judge a book by its cover, because most of the people in church have known the cover for Jonah and they just see the boat and all of this and the fish or the whale that they say. But you don't even know the story behind that cover. Jonah was disobedient. He was going the wrong way. He caused the storm on the boat. Quit coloring this boat and know the story of how he got into the boat being rebellious. How did he get into the fish being rebellious? He went the total opposite. God said, go this way. Jonah went that way. Like he could hide, and he tried to hide. You can't hide from God. Let me tell you that right now, sweetheart. You cannot hide from God. You can try it. You can do whatever you want to do, but you cannot hide from Jonah. Hid from God. Learn the story. Go beyond the cover. Don't judge the book by its cover and just assume that, oh, he just fell into the fish or nothing. No. Go beyond the cover. Quit judging it. Quit assuming. And just read. And just get to know people. Get to know them beyond their cover. This show is going to be very powerful because you're going to learn people beyond their cover. What you thinking they are is not going to be what you're going to get. Beyond the cover. Even when people come to me talking about some other photographer, I don't even entertain that nonsense. I don't entertain it. I'm like, well, I won't do that to you. That's it. I have nothing to say negative about nobody. We all have to start from somewhere. And if we are children of God, we must be uplifting one another. You don't have to tell me about another photographer to get my business. That's not how I operate. They don't flatter me. They don't make me want to. I'm really looking at you like, are you going to do me the same way? But since I'm not judging you, I try to just listen and get to know you. Because I could easily be like, well, honey, I'm not going to even take their picture. They're already talking about the last photographer. No, I don't have that to do. But I still go beyond the cover. Period. And that's all God is telling us to do. Go beyond the cover. Quit judging. Quit assuming. Quit down talking people. Stop it. Period. You didn't get you out of that. You didn't even know how you was going to get out of that. But God. And then you over here taking God's credit. Stop it. Let them know what God is doing in your life. All of everything that y'all see is God, sweetheart. I'll be bewildered. I'll be like, wow. It's happening to me. So I know miracles happen. This ain't nothing that I just read. I am a miracle. I mean, you do not know my story. From birth. Sweetheart, let's go beyond the cover. From birth. My heart stopped 4 times is what I'm told. I stopped breathing 4 times. I got stuck to the umbilical cord. I almost didn't even make it. I'm supposed to be on crutches because of the wreck that I was in. The Trailblazer flipped over. Even when I got out the Trailblazer, when it was on the side, I popped out the window that was busted out. And the guy was like, whoa, sit down. She's alive. He was shocked that I was still alive. I was limping because my hip, and I didn't even know my hips was like that far off. I'm still trying to walk on it, and it's hurting so bad, but I guess the seatbelt must have, when I was turning, it was just moving my little body. But I'm thankful to still be here, and I'm not on crutches because I had 2 kids. I couldn't even use that as an excuse because I still had to be a mom. But you don't know my story. You do not know people's story. That's why he said be slow to speak and quick to listen so we can hear them. You too busy judging, cutting them off. How can you even respond when you cut them off? See, there you go. See, that's what you need. You need to stop doing that. Oh, yes. What? You didn't even hear their story. How can you tell them anything and you have yet to hear their story? You have yet to read their story. You have yet to open the book. You're still judging based off the cover. All they're talking about is making good and all this stuff. That's their business. Go beyond the cover. Find out what's going on in your business. How about that? Go beyond your cover because you got this cover that you covering up some things. And that's why you judge everybody else because you don't want them to see. You want everybody to focus on it. But you are saying it. You are out there loud. We see you. We see you. Can you see you? Because we see you. Whether you acknowledge it or not, we see you. We can hear you loud and clear. But at that point, all we can do is pray for you. But in the meantime, you're not going to keep hurting God's people. That's what I'm here for, to help you stop hurting his people. People get mad at me. Oh, you done told your kids that Santa Claus isn't real and all this stuff. Heck yeah. Because if we dig a little bit deeper, we lying to our kids about little simple stuff like this. Then we want to tell them about God and Jesus. They think that's another lie story that we done made up. Then we wondering why they lost. And they don't want to listen to us because we done lied about the Easter Bunny and everything else. Dang. I don't care if you against whatever, because I'm against the world way. I'm Yahweh all day. Yahweh. So I'm not for what the world says is right. That does not concern me at all. I'm not moved by it. There's nothing that anybody can say that is going to make me be like, oh, well, yeah, I got to do it this way because that's the way they tell me to do it. No. And I've been in trouble because had one foot in and one foot out thinking I'm doing, God's way. Because I'm like, oh, God must be, I'm reading the word, but I'm like, well, God must not be that mad because everybody else doing it. So, I'm not in that much trouble. I'm like, nah. I'm wondering why hell breaking loose, and it's because I can't have one foot in and one foot out. I can't be lukewarm. I'm either in or I'm out, and I'm all in. And I'm not ashamed to say that I'm all in with God, period. Because I'm not going to be up there. And he tell me, why are you calling me to depart from me? I don't want to hear that. That's what I'm scared of. I'm not scared of y'all. Y'all put no fear in my heart. Sweetheart. I'm scared of my father, and not even in a way of, ooh, it's like, no, I just don't want to hurt my father. He has been so good to me, and I refuse to go another day knowingly. That's why I repent every day for things that I have done knowingly and unknowingly. You could just say that every day. Lord, forgive me for what I have done knowingly and unknowingly. Period. I'm just trying to cover myself just in case. Because I'm human. And we have to realize that we are human. We get tired. We get all of this. It's okay. We don't have to live up to the cover. Because the cover has nothing to do with the story. It has something to do with the story, but it's not the story. It's just the cover. And God said, quit using this cover and get a little deeper. Stop being surface. You're surface minded. You can't even go beyond the surface of what you see. I can't even tell people nothing because it's like, how are you going to do that? I don't see that. It's like, well, I don't see this room. I'm seeing what I'm going to put in this room. I don't see this room. You looking at this room, but I'm looking at what this room about to be. I can't even see this room like it is. So I don't even see what you're seeing because I see beyond. But this has been me all my life. And I'm just trying to help others go beyond the cover. Quit judging one another. Love one another. Pray for one another. Because now I can hear people hurt. I used to get offended. Everybody know you snap, I snap. We snapping then. But now it's like, no, shut up, Shanidra. Shut it up so you can hear them. That's how I can see when people are just prejudging people. You didn't even hear their story. They telling you that they are sinning, but you heard that they were sinning. So you couldn't see the fact that they are acknowledging that they are sinning. You couldn't even acknowledge that part and congratulate them for seeing that they are sinning and coming to you for help. Oh, no. You want to condemn them even more. Make them feel even more broken. Break them down even more. They are getting uplifted, thinking they're coming to you for help. And here you go, bringing them back down. No. And then you representing God. Unacceptable. Unacceptable to God, period. And he's letting you know today. You didn't prophesy in my name. You prophelied. That's what he said, period. Quit prophesying. Just to get people money. And you're not going to help them out. No. Period. Unacceptable. Quit putting my father's name on everything. Say that's you. Another thing. We're supposed to do things in secret and he will reward us openly. Why are we showing just put yourself in their shoes. That's why he said treat people the way you want to be treated. What homeless person really wants to be Facebook Live? Just get some money from you. Just because you helped them get some socks. Nobody knows anybody that I have ever helped. And I don't even want nobody to know. People could be riding with me and won't even know. I just be like, okay, have them in the car and I'll just go help. I don't even want people to know. Because all I'm focused on is God. I want God to see what I'm doing. I want him to see my heart. I want him to see that I can know and hear when I need to help. I'm alert. and ready. Even if it's my last, I know that God is going to bless me with more. If I do his will, his way. That's all I'm saying. We have to do it his way. I don't care about your way, his way, her way. I'm worried about God's way, Yahweh. I'm not moved by anything else. You can't tell me anything because I'm living it. This is my life. That's why I'm saying go beyond the cover, because this is my life, sweetheart. There's no other explanation of my life than God. This not Shanidra. I don't even know how half the money comes. I don't even know half the time when it's coming. That's why I be telling y'all I have my Jeremiah, my Joseph, I've been a Jonah. I've tried to work jobs, and I'm wondering, like, what the heck? Dang, I'm trying to work jobs. I'm trying to do the best I can. I'm going to school. I'm working for my kids, and I don't get to see my kids. And Lord, what? Every time I get a job, it's either my car or something else is blocking. Something. It was always something. My son has asthma. He had asthma since birth. You see, the asthma, something just kept, and I'm like, what is it, Lord? What am I doing wrong? And the moment I asked the Lord, like, what is it? Help me, Lord, because I need help. I asked for help. See, that was my problem. I kept trying to do everything on my own. So you don't know my story. Let's stop judging the book by its cover. I try to do things on my own. And God, and the moment I finally broke down, and it took my child I was giving him a hug, and I remember this very clearly. I gave him a hug, and I was like, good night, because that's the only time I could really see them, because I was going to school and working. So I just be able to hug them, and that's it, really. I spent a little bit of time to cook, and that's it, and I just felt bad. I'm like, Lord, I need to do more. I'm the mother. Like, what? And I was hugging him, and he just wouldn't let me go. I'm like, okay, love you. And he would not let me go. And I was like, okay. I was like, what's wrong? And he was like, nothing. I just miss you. So I'm just trying to hug you longer because I know you have to work tomorrow. And I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't cry in front of him, but it's okay to cry. I learned that too, in front of your kids. But back then I didn't even cry in front of my kids. It was like, oh, okay. Did I go in the room or whatever and break down? And I remember crying out to God, and I was like, I want to be around my kids. I want to be with my kids. I love my kids. Lord, what am I doing wrong? Help me. Help me to see whatever it is that you are wanting me to see. And then he put me on this path. When I got on this path, there was no way I could have foreseen that he was going to bring me almost 7 years through this and get me off of everything. I mean, with 2 kids, and he made sure that it wasn't with nobody and that nobody else could take, including myself, but him. I can't even give myself the credit because it was nothing but God. Like, I didn't know half the time about nothing, but God would just move and groove, and that built my faith just watching him. But I acknowledged what he was doing. He's parting the Red Seas, and I'm acknowledging, oh, I see that. I just walked through the Red Sea. I see that you, made water come out of a rock. I see that you were talking through a bush. I see this stuff. And we need to start acknowledging God and quit acknowledging everything but God. You have an excuse of everything. Oh, I can't, and I don't believe in that and that. Why? Who hurt you to make you not believe in God? And that's why I said the Santa Claus and other stuff is deeper than that. You're getting offended by me telling my own children that Santa Claus is not real when you need to know the real deeper meaning of what we're doing. We're lying to them. We're starting them off on lies. Then they find out because they're not going to be stupid forever. They're not going to be kids forever. Then they find out, and then we trying to get them into God and all this stuff. And then they're like, you lying about that too? Is he make believe? Is this just a story too? It's deeper than that. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say, oh, well, you're ruining their fun and all this stuff. No, you're ruining their fun in life with these lies. I have to tell the truth. We cannot continue on with these lies. Dang, that's all God is saying. Stop lying. Why are you getting mad at me? That's what Jesus was telling them. Why you don't understand me when I speak the truth, when I tell the truth? Why you can't hear me? He said that's because we don't serve the same Father. And you can't say that you serve God and you don't do what he say. That's what God said. Why are you calling me Lord and Lord now when you didn't do what I said? I told you to uplift one another, but you're judging one another. I told you to give. I told you to help one another, love one another, forgive one another. I told you that. Did I see you do that? No. He said, do not be hearers of my words, but be doers also. Quit repeating the word and not doing it. That's all he's saying. Stop repeating this stuff. Oh, yeah, because I heard the word today, and I'm going to repost that today because he preached on that. But have you gotten to the word, or have you gotten that relationship with God yourself? Oh, but did you know they have satanic Bibles, and you got to be careful. That's why you need that relationship with God yourself. He will lead and guide you. He will show you the secrets up in there. He said, let him direct your path. Acknowledge him in all your ways. You're acknowledging everybody else, and oh, thank you. And if it wasn't for it, dang, can you say God first before you give any credit to anybody else? Can you please say God? Thank you, Lord, for waking me up this morning. You can't even wake yourself up, but you can't even thank God for that simple stuff. But then you wonder why you want in all of this and God, please, and this, and help me. He is helping you. You acting spoiled like these kids. And we wonder why these kids are so often lost because you are not leading by example. Do what I say and not what I do. Well, you do it and quit saying it. Don't say it until you do it. How about that? Don't expect nothing that you're not doing from your kids, period. Period. Now, I'm not saying don't expect better and more than what you do. You don't want them to do what you, and I understand that that's common sense. So we're not gonna go elementary. I'm speaking to adults, I'm assuming. So I'm saying, of course, my kids are gonna be way better than me. That's why I'm teaching them everything now. I'm not gonna knowingly teach them wrong. Knowingly. I'm going to knowingly tell you this and I'm going to knowingly tell you that. No, that's what we're not going to do. That's not what I'm going to do. You are free to do. He gives you free will, like y'all tell me. He give me free will. I can do. Oh, we'll continue that. What you crying for? Just like the Israelites and Moses. They cried out. God heard their cry. Then when God want to help them, then they still want to complain. Quit complaining then. He said, do everything without grumbling and complaining. Stop complaining. You don't want to help. You don't want to do nothing to help your situation. You just want to complain. Well, I can't help you on that. All I can do is pray for you. Oh, that's all people say. They don't want to. That's helping you. Because there's nothing that I'm going to be able to do for you that God can't do. The Almighty. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm going to see. I can't see comments while I'm doing this. So hopefully you guys can hear me. And hopefully I don't have to do this again. But let's stop judging a book by its cover. Let's go beyond the cover. Quit just focusing on, oh, Joseph was ruler. Okay, but look at all the stuff that he had to go through. He understood the assignment, though. Look at how he forgave his brothers. Are you doing that? Look at Jesus. He could have easily destroyed all of them. Had God to destroy all of them. But he said, forgive them for they don't know what they're doing. I understand it now. because people think that they're going against you or going against me, and they're actually an enemy to my Father. He said he will become an enemy to your enemy when you are an obedient child. He will defend you. I tell my children, I'm not going to defend you if you're wrong. But if you're right, you got me. I'm there for you. And that's the same thing with God. He ain't going to defend you if you're wrong. He told you was going to be punished. You would not go unpunished. He said that. So there's no confusion in that. But if you are an obedient child and you ain't do nothing, trust and believe he's going to get you out of it. Just like he got Joseph out of that, just like he got David, just like when Jonah got some act right and realized he couldn't run from God and run from the calling of God. You can ignore me all you want when I tell you, oh, go ahead and do this. And if that's your passion and all of that, go ahead and do it. You can ignore me all you want. You can't hide from it. You can either accept it or keep going through the mess you're going through. But stop crying. Don't be like the Israelites and cry, and then when God start helping you, since it's not the help that you expected, I'm not doing this. I'm gonna just go back to this because I ain't got time. You should have just left me at my job if I was gonna have to struggle more. What are you passionate about? I used to ask people in my Destiny to Be classes when I first started back in 2016 or 17. What are you passionate about? But when I looked at the definition of passionate, it's like, what are you willing to suffer for? You're already suffering. They were already suffering. That's why they was crying out to God. That's how God heard their cry. They was crying that much. They were already suffering, but then you rather suffer for 2 cents than to become. I don't understand. I cannot understand. But then you keep saying that you understand the assignment. You don't. But I'm here to help you. I'm not here to judge you. Because I didn't understand the assignment. So I'm no better than anybody that I'm talking to. Like I said yesterday, I was trying to look at my own video so I can get the revelation. Because it's God speaking through me. I wish I was this smart, but it's God. So I'll be trying to listen to it too. So I can hear, when you're talking, you really can't hear what you're saying. Especially when it's coming from God and he's just downloading as you're speaking. So I try to listen to my own video so I can get the revelation. And I could. And so I got another revelation on that. So let's go beyond the cover. Let's not judge a book by its cover. Let's start hearing people, especially when they are coming to you, telling you that they are sinning. That's a blessing. Because most people that sin, they don't see anything wrong with what they're doing. But if they're coming to you, listen. Just shut it up. Listen. Let them finish. You won't even let them. You ready to cut them off so you can just down them. You quick to down somebody. Stop it. Oh, honey, yeah. Stop. We down one another more than we down anybody else. Than the enemy. Y'all down God more than y'all would down the actual enemy. Israelites doubting God and doubting this and that and got more faith than Pharaoh, who is putting all this extra. Like, what? This don't make any sense. Stop it. Please. I'm trying to help you. Well, I'm helping me too. Like I said, I'm not too up there, honey. I don't see anybody beneath me. I'm always here to help. And I'm not here to judge. That's why I've learned to shut up. Shut up. Be slow to speak and quick to hear. Shut it up. And listen. Don't cut them off. We hate that. I hate when somebody cut me. I'm like, how can you even respond? And then they sound retarded because they responded to something that has nothing to do with what you was about to say. It's like, what? So the same annoyance that you get, trust and believe that person that is coming to you is annoying. It's like they finally get the light. The light switch done clicked on. Then they're coming to you for help, and then you want to judge them. Stop it. God said, do not judge a book by its cover. You don't know their story, and you don't know where they're going. They could have judged Joseph during the time that he was in jail and locked up. They could have been like, oh, look. But you don't know their story. You don't know the ending of their story, sweetheart. So don't judge a book by its cover. Go beyond the cover. Get to know people. for who they truly are. Stop it. So I think I'm done. Let's go beyond the cover. Let's dig a little bit deeper than the surface.